talk to two of the fan favorites, Joe LeDuc, the Canadian lumberjack, and Bob Armstrong. And, of course, our conversation will be in general about the different type of wrestling matches that you see in professional wrestling today. We're going to start, Joe. You've wrestled in Canadian lumberjack matches a great deal of the time. You've had bull rope matches, you've had chain matches. But I think one of the most brutal types of contests in the professional sport today is the Texas death match, because falls do not count. There are no rules, and the man can win one fall or 50, but it's the man that comes to his feet at the beginning of that last fall that is determined the winner.
Well, it's different. First of all, a lumberjack match is very completely different because there's two men involved in the ring, and there's what lumberjack wrestlers around the ring. And when one of the competitor, the fighter, goes up, try to go out of the ring, the other wrestler throw him back in until there's one man that's beat to count of 1, 2, 3. But a Texas death match is very dangerous. The falls don't count. There's no disqualification. You can pull an eye out if you want. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, if I hate a guy as bad as that, I'll do it. And if I happen to be in a lumberjack match, in a Texas death match, well, that's a chance and an opportunity. And, you know, for me, it'd be a way of doing it legally.
Right, right. It gives you a license to get a little violent yourself. Bob, Texas death matches, normally they're between two men, but it's very unusual to see a tag Texas death match with 2, 3, or even possibly 4 wrestlers per team, and it's just like a huge street fight, I think, is basically what it boils down to.
I think you're right, Les, and you know it's usually involving just 2 individuals, and that's bad enough, because like you said, falls don't count. A man can be beaten 50 times. This match can go for 30 minutes, it can go for an hour, it can go for 2 hours. The rules of this match are, like you said, falls don't count. After each pinfall, a 1, 2, 3 count or a submission, a man has 30-second rest period. Now, after this 30-second rest period, the referee will count to 10. If the man is unable to regain his feet at the count of 10, then he loses his match, and his opponent wins. Now, this is bad enough with the 2 men against 2 or 3 against 3. Can you imagine a Texas death match with 8 men involved? I believe that if you count it up, Les, you got 16 arms, 16 legs, and 8 heads, and every one of them can hurt you anywhere they hit you. So for my money, a match like this is the most dangerous, the most exciting. Anything can happen in an 8-man Texas death match, and anything probably will happen. Nobody knows what to expect. You put that many men with that many things to settle in a match like this, and brother, there's no telling. And I really feel sorry for the referee, because think what a job he's got. When you get 8 big men like that, all going from 225 to 350 pounds, going at each other, it's really hard to keep order. So I don't envy the referee's position. But I believe in the final outcome that the best team will win, because like you said, it turns into a regular street fight. Anything can happen. You can take it all out, all your vengeance, hatred, anything goes from your nose to your toes. And brother, a Texas death match is the best way to settle one for my money. And when you've got 8 guys, a whole lot of things can be settled.
I think a point that we could hit on once again is one of the frustrating things with a Texas death match is you can go out there and win 10 straight falls and still lose the match in that 11th fall.
Oh, of course, you can win a fall, and what happened is if you beat a guy 1, 2, 3, he's got a 30 seconds rest period, and then he's got a count of 10. If he gets up before the count of 10, then the match keeps on going. And until you have a guy that you can beat a guy bad enough that he doesn't make the count of 10, the match is not over, so you got to keep fighting. And if you can't tag your partner, or if you're in a bad position in another corner, you know, it could be very dangerous, because you got 4 guys that can beat on you instead of 1.
Exactly right, Joe. You know, I was going to say that. Excuse me for interrupting, but that's exactly the idea of the Texas death match. And that's for the 4 men in one corner to get 1 man and beat him down so badly. I know it's brutal, but that's what professional wrestling is about. You have to have a pain barrier. You have to get used to pain. You're paid to be hurt. And any man that goes into a wrestling ring thinking, I'm not going to be hurt, is nothing but a fool. And I'll tell anybody that in professional sports. We have no pads. We have nothing but our bodies. We go in there. We know we're going to get hurt. And in a Texas death match, 4 men against 1, you can hurt a man awfully bad. And if you keep him in that corner long enough, just like Mr. Joe LeDuc said, you keep him in there long enough, do enough to that body's going to stay down after that first 3 count for 30 seconds, and then for 10 more counts, and that team will be the winner.
And then, I don't know if this Mr. Howard Cosell had said that, but if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Amen.
That's been our profile for today.